Hello and welcome to my second attempt at episode 3 of Villains Rebuilt. Apologies that this video is a day late. I sat down on Tuesday night to record the Wolves game, and unfortunately, with the iPad, you can't tell if you accidentally haven't hit the button to start the screen recording whilst you're recording because you have to go off the screen that you're trying to record. So I managed to do a full episode with no breaks, which is normally great. Sometimes I have to stop halfway through, sort things out. Managed to do the full episode, got to the end of the game, went to stop the recording and realised that it had never started. So you've missed the whole game, sorry, the Wolves game. So we've come here for the Bolton game. Two totally different games. Wolves, as you can see, are above us in the table. They're in seventh. So if we just have a look at our form since you were last with us. So the last game you were there for was the Burton game. We managed to win the Birmingham game that followed that. And then we went on a run of four straight defeats against Fulham, who are towards the bottom of the Championship. Preston, who are doing a bit better. QPR, who are way down at the bottom, and that was in the FA Cup, and then Sheffield Wednesday, and then we played QPR in the league and only drew. So that's pretty disappointing. Sunderland were top of the league when we then played them. I totally changed up the team. I think the back five might have stayed the same, but I certainly changed up the central midfield, the wingers, and the striker. And then we managed to. I think Reece Nelson got two goals from El Mohammadi crosses. And then we went into that Wolves game that I thought I'd recorded last episode, which would have been an absolutely fantastic game to record. We were all over them. I know it says here that they actually had more shots than us, but I think Wolves had one highlight in the entire 90 minutes. So while it looks like that they were the dominant team, they really weren't. They they certainly didn't get into our box. I think a lot of their shots must have been from long range. They did have a penalty, but by that point the game was already lost for them anyway. Um, I'm really gutted that you didn't see that game because it was a cracking performance. As you can see, the team was a little bit rotated. So we've got Codger starting up front with Hurricane, Snodgrass, and Palmer starting in central midfield. And so Hurricane, Whelan, and Palmer starting in central midfield. Snodgrass and Reece Nelson on the wings and Codger up front instead of Hogan. Ronnie Lopez came off the bench. I think he got an assist. El Mohammadi was unlucky not to start that game, but I decided to leave Reece Nelson in as he'd scored two in the previous game, but bring in Snodgrass to play on the right hand side. I think we're going to stick with that front three. So if we just get into let's just have a quick look at the league table to show you what's going on at the moment. So, as you can see, we're 9 points off automatic promotion, and we are 8 points. That maths is terrible, isn't it? 7 points off the playoff places. I don't see any reason why we still can't win the league. We've got 9 games to go. I know that's quite a long time. Sorry, not quite as many games as you'd hope. As you can see, Middlesbrough have played one extra game than us, so really we've got a game in hand over Borough, and if we can win that, then it's sort of not even the 7 points. We're 4 points outside that. So with being sort of only 4 points outside the playoffs, I'd like to think that we can definitely do that. And then it's just a case of can we push on and try and take that second spot? But if you look, it's such a tight league here between sort of. I mean, you can go right the way down almost to Fulham and Barnsley, maybe even Norwich with an outside chance. But I think Norwich have got 14 points to make up, so that's probably a bit too much. But certainly from Leeds upwards, there's 10 points in it to get into the playoffs. And as you can see, the top six is separated by just 3 points. So ideally, we want to try and get ourselves in that mix. As you can see, Derby, who I turned down to take the Villa job, are top of the league. That might have been a bad decision from me, but I wasn't to know that. And I'm fairly happy with the Villa side that we've got. So with we haven't got 9 games left, have we? Yeah, it is. It's 46th in this league, isn't it? So 9 games left. And I want us to push on. So what we'll do is we'll probably play the Bolton game today, and then we will skip all the way through, and I'll take you through to the Derby and Millwall game, and we'll do a double game episode for the final episode of the series. If we then get into the playoffs, I'll do the semi-finals as one episode, and if we then got to the final, it would be the final as another episode. So we'll see how things go. But let's get into today's match against Bolton. So as you can see, this is the same team that started the previous game. 4-0 win against Wolves is more than we could normally hope for. Bolton are towards the bottom of the league, so I don't want to do anything. Don't want to mess this team up. If they would manage to tear Wolves apart, they should make easy of Bolton. I can see that actually Codger is unfit. I don't know why that is. I wonder if he picked up a knock midweek. Don't know why all his stats are falling either, but I'm actually going to have to make that change. So, unfortunately, we're going to take Codger off and put him on the bench, start with Hogan. We're playing away from home, and I know it's a bit silly, but I'm going to bring another striker with us just in case. If we do get an injury, I would far rather have too many options than not enough. So, we're going to take James Wilson with us and put him on the bench. Walker Peters will cover both both the fullbacks. We've got John Terry, Bjarnson, Ronnie Lopez, El Mohammadi, and Codger then. So we've got a lot of attacking options on the bench if we want to change things up. Hogan is supposed to be a better striker anyway, so let's hope that that doesn't change this game up too much. But like I say, I want to try and do better than we've done in the previous game. So let's find out how we get on in this game. So there is the Bolton team. Of that team, I think that's Craig Noon on the left wing. I don't recognise him, and obviously Wheater is a former Middlesbrough player who was with Middlesbrough in the Premier League. He possibly was with Bolton in the Premier League. I can't remember. And I think Lafondra was at Reading at one point, but I don't really know much about any of these players. We're just going to follow whatever Fernando Morientes wants us to do, which is two totally random players to go on their weak foot. I think a striker I kind of get, but why one of the midfielders and nobody else, I'm not sure. Let's just go for it, and let's get into this into this game. So from the kickoff, they're just passing the ball around the back. Got it forward, but we've managed to close it down, and there's nothing happening. So Hurricane out to Nelson. Nelson's cut inside and shot. It's a poor shot from Reece Nelson. So Sam Johnson clears, but it's gone straight to one of their players. They're building forward. Lafondra Nunes through, and he skied it. So that's a first half that barely anything has happened. We've had a lot of shots. We've not had a highlight at all. Oh, we had that one Reece Nelson highlight, but other than that, nothing really is happening. I'm not happy with this at all. We need to change things up. If nothing's happening by about 55 minutes, I'm going to be swapping up personnel. Hogan doesn't seem to have played well at all. Right, we're about 55 minutes in. We've not had a single highlight yet in this second half. We need to go more attacking. We've just had a note to say that Palmer is taking a knock. I'm going to use that as an excuse, and I am going to take him off totally. I'm going to play Ronnie Lopez in there, and I'm going to make him attacking midfielder on attack. It's a bit of a different formation from what we've been playing, so it might confuse the players, but I'm not happy with this at all. Codger has got enough fitness to get him to the end of the game from here, and Hogan has been the worst player on the pitch. So we're going to make those two changes. I've got work ball into the box on simply because we were taking too many shots from long range. I'm now going to go attacking, and we're just going to try and just do something with this game because nothing's happening at the moment. So this is the first highlight, and it's one of theirs. And Bolton Wanderers have scored. For God's sake, this game is just ridiculous sometimes. How the hell we're losing to a team like Bolton when we've smashed Wolves with the same squad of players, I will never know. So we're working the ball around, out to Snodgrass. Snodgrass, terrible pass. Delete into Hurricane. Up to Ronnie Lopez, who loses the ball. James Chester gets it back. Lopez again. Terrible ball. Chester losing the ball again. Slattery's through, Lafondra is through, and good save from Sam Johnson. Corner comes in from them. It's out to Noon, who was 5 deep. Hansen crosses the ball in again, and Lafondra scored, and it's 2-0. You know, there's points when you just want to quit playing Football Manager forever because it's just you get no satisfaction from it. It makes absolutely no sense at all. And we all get through them, and a week down the line, I won't even remember that I was hating it. But this is just fucking ridiculous. Well, Snodgrass has been shit, so let's see if we can get anything to bloody happen. Might as well go on overload, haven't we? It's not going to bloody make any difference anyway. And take more risks. And I'm sure something's happening. I think there might be a highlight underneath that, but who cares? Howard clears the ball up to Lafondra, through to Slattery. Chester's won it back, launches it just to Kodja. It's lost. Just playing a bloody foot tennis here at the moment, just kicking the ball from centre back to centre back. Amiobi's now got it for them into Kurakan. Timon crosses it in. Noon, and that's 3-0. I just don't get this game. I just don't get this game. Kraken down to their left back. Left back crosses it in. Nobody's following Noon. Our fullback is standing there doing nothing. And El Mohammadi is injured as well. What a wonderful game this is sometimes. It's all the way down to 12th. At least we've only got to try and finish in the top half of the league. I think that's the playoffs gone for us. If we can't beat a team in 22nd in the league, then there's no point in even bloody hoping for thing. Was one of those goals not? Did I imagine that there were 3 goals, or am I imagining things? Or I thought that was a 3-0 win for them. Either way, it's not good enough. We need to sort ourselves out quickly to manage to beat the team that was Sunderland when they were top of the league, and then Wolves, who are ahead of us in the league, to then lose to Bolton, who were 22nd before the game started, is just not good enough. We need to sort things out. I don't know whether we're not attacking enough against shit teams. I'm sorry for swearing, but I'm just sick of this now, and I can't hold myself back. I'm a sweary person. If you don't like it, sorry, but I'm sick of this bullshit. Maybe I'll get through it, but I'm overall, I've not enjoyed most of what I've done on Football Manager 2018. I know it's Football Manager Touch 2018, but it's not what I wanted to do. It's still Football Manager 2018. You get so many injuries that you can't cope with it. You get what else do you get? You get bullshit happening where you're good against the good clubs and terrible against the crap clubs, but there's nothing you've changed. You play the exact same team, change up one striker. I've had it before where you've not changed a single thing, and you never. It just 2017 touch was really fun. Yes, it was difficult, but it was understandably difficult. You struggled against the bigger teams. You get the odd result where a team down the bottom of the league would beat you, but you wouldn't lose to 3 of the bottom 5, but beat 3 of the top 6. It just didn't happen. So, I mean, what have we done? We've drawn with Burton. I think we've beaten Sheffield United, lost to Bolton. I don't think I've played Forest. Don't think I've played Brentford. Don't think I've played Millwall. Lost to QPR and Sheffield Wednesday, and I think drawn with one of them as well. Lost to Fulham. It's just, and if Football Manager think that's realistic, then that's fine. But I just, I'm, I don't know. We'll get to the end of the season anyway. So the next time that you see us, it'll be the end of the season, and I might even just do the Millwall game. If we're not looking like there's any chance we're getting into the playoffs, I'll just come back for the Millwall game, and then we'll reassess. Um, we'll see how the run of form goes. We've got some teams below us, some teams above us, and we'll just review it there. If you've enjoyed this episode, and I don't know why the hell you would, because all I've done is whinge. I sound like a spoiled brat, I know. I'm sorry, but if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. Um, and if you want to find out how we get on at the end of the season, then subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching.